Do you ever find yourself hesitating to put yourself out there, wishing that you could stop doubting yourself and just finally realize how awesome you are? Well, in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how this has happened to me recently, and I have some advice for how you can get rid of this feeling forever. I'm Lori Reeves, founder and CEO of Brand Strength. I help service-based entrepreneurs gain an advantage over their competition so that they can stand out and end the feast or famine cycle in their business for good. If you're anything like me, you can sometimes struggle to see why you should be taking the steps that you're taking and making yourself uncomfortable just to put yourself in front of people. It can feel a little bit scary. It can feel a little bit like you're just inviting criticism. So really, why should you do it? Well, I had an interesting conversation with a friend of mine recently, and it was something that really changed my perspective and kind of blew my mind. My friend Corey and I were just having a little chat on Facebook Messenger, and I mentioned to her that I just felt like a normal person, so it was hard for me to see like how I'm going to stand out or why I should be really putting myself out there and being uncomfortable. And she was like, "I can't believe that you just think you're a normal person." I was like, "Well, I am just a normal person." And she said, "No, you are not just a normal person. Like, you need to stop thinking that about yourself." And then I was like, wow, I really wish I could see myself through Corey's eyes, because I know that she sees things about me that are hard for me to realize. It's like I have a blind spot to them, and it's hard for me to see the ways in which I'm exceptional because they just feel normal to me, right? So is there anything that you have been told by one person over and over or by multiple people that you're exceptionally good at, but that seems kind of weird to you because it comes so naturally to you and it feels so easy? That's one of those things like I'm talking about. Like, there are times when I'll be in a conversation with somebody, and because my mind is just all about marketing, somebody will be talking to me about their business or what they're trying to do or the message that they're trying to get across, and I just start having a brainstorm of ideas for how they can change their messaging or things that they could pull out or ideas that they could try, and I start sharing them, and it feels like I'm just having a conversation with somebody. It doesn't feel like I'm doing work. It just feels like I'm like thinking and sharing what I'm thinking. And I can't tell you how many times the brainstorm or the thought that I share with somebody, they'll tell me is like a light bulb goes off in their head. It's like a life-changing shift in perspective or something that they had never thought of themselves. And then they'll tell me like, I can't believe like we've just had this short conversation and in just a few minutes I've made more progress in my way of thinking about this than I did for so long trying to do it on my own. And there's just such a unique opportunity in reaching out and talking with others and getting their perspective on what makes you awesome, because it is really hard for you to see that within yourself. But just because you have a hard time seeing your own awesomeness does not mean that it's not worthy of sharing with the world. Don't let your inability to see your own awesomeness keep you from sharing it with the world. Now, again, this can feel like a hard thing to do because it feels like why would I share about this? Because it feels like everybody should know this. But I guarantee you, not everybody knows it, and you are farther along, if not completely having a different perspective than most other people in the world. And what you have to share is valuable. So I have 3 ways that you can start incorporating this into your life so that you can stop doubting your awesomeness and make sure that you are being a little bit uncomfortable by putting yourself out into the world, risking people saying that anything that is hurtful or, opposing you in any way, because that can feel uncomfortable. But it is worth doing because your perspective and your information is useful and needed by so many people. So here are the 3 tips that I have for you if you find yourself struggling to believe in yourself enough to put yourself out there and really go for it in your business. The first thing is writing a brag list. I have one right here next to me. I keep it next to me at all times. It's a list of things that I know I do well. Now, some of them I know because I've spent a lot of time learning and practicing and doing the work. Some of them I know because I'm told by multiple people that I'm good at that I have a specific knack for doing something that other people don't seem to have the same knack for doing. So I've made a list. I call it my brag list. And anytime I'm feeling a little bit like I don't know why I would get out and share in front of people, I don't know if I'm any good, maybe I'm just crap, maybe I'm full of it, and nobody cares what I have to say, I'll turn to my brag list and look through it, and I gain a little bit more confidence, and I reassure myself, okay, that's right, I am good at all these things. I have some awesomeness. I can draw on that awesomeness and put some information out into the world. It just helps change my perspective. The second tip I have for you is by keeping your values front and center. Do you know what you value? Do you know what you want to do in the world? If you don't, if you're not 100% sure why you're making yourself uncomfortable, like what is this change that you want to make in the world, and what do you value so much that it guides your decisions? If you've not done that work, I would urge you to take some time and do that work. List out what is your mission, what is your vision, and what are your values. Now, sometimes people get kind of hung up on this whole like mission statement, and it feels like they're supposed to have this really corporate-y sounding, official, brainy sounding mission statement. It doesn't have to be that. It needs to say, I'm on a mission to what? Okay? Like, I'm on a mission to help people who have the passion and desire to help other people get their business into the hands of the people who need it so that they can change lives and make a lot of money. Like, that's what I'm on a mission to do. If you don't know for sure what you're on a mission to do, writing out I'm on a mission to, and then allowing yourself to just kind of free think, journal out some thoughts, you will come to like a statement that you can write out and say, this is what I'm on a mission to do. Your vision is like your vision for your life. Like, what do you accomplish? What do you envision yourself accomplishing? What do you want to achieve? Keeping this top of mind as well can help you break through anytime when you're feeling a little bit of doubt or a little bit of inability to see how awesome you are. Remembering your vision for your life and what you want to accomplish in the world can help you take those steps as well. And then again, what are your values? What do you value so much that you would allow it to influence your decision making? So for me, freedom and flexibility in both my time and my location are things that I use as I'm decision making of what I'm going to put into my business. So if I know my mission, my vision, and my values, and I'm constantly returning to them, then my motivation for doing the work that I want to do in the world stays high. The third tip that I have for you is some mindset practices to just keep your mind clean. Okay, you need to have positive thoughts. You need to be spending time on affirmations and meditations and trying to manifest what you want in this world. I know that's some like woo-woo fluffy talk for some people, but it does make a difference. What you look for is what you find. So if you're constantly having negative thoughts and always looking for the worst in a situation, guess what? That's what you're going to find. But if you are always looking for something that's positive, something that you can learn from, some way that you can say, okay, this happened for me and not to me in every single situation, you will have that positive mindset that then fuels your motivation to go out and help others accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. Because as a service provider, that is what you are all about, right? You want to help people accomplish their goals, whether they're personal goals, business goals, whatever it is that you do to help people. It's about helping them take steps forward and maintain the motivation within themselves to make those steps. So you have to lead by example. You have to be a person who is taking steps to stay motivated, to stay on track, and to do the thing that you feel like you're meant to do in this world. So I hope that was helpful. I gave you 3 tips for keeping your mindset strong so that you can stop doubting how awesome you are. And remember, just because you can't see your awesomeness right now does not mean that it does not exist. I want you to, at the end of this video, I want you to comment below, and I want you to tell me one thing that you've been told you are exceptionally good at that feels like it just comes easy to you, and it would feel kind of like why would I share this information? This is easy for everybody, right? But you know that it's not, because people have said, wow, you're kind of really good at this, and it kind of blew your mind. So think back through some interactions that you've had. I want to hear from you. I want to celebrate your awesomeness, even if it's only one little thing that you're finding within yourself to make you go, yeah, okay, if I can find one bit of awesomeness, I know there are others to dig up. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope that I'm helping you see how that you can strengthen your brand, go out and accomplish the things that you want to do in this world. If you like this video, give it a like. Make sure you're in my free Facebook group. You can get to it by going to brandstrength.co/group, and make sure that you comment below and tell me that one thing that you can think of that you are exceptionally awesome at. And I'll talk to you in my next video.